Identifying astrology as the mother of all sciences may seem like an over-the-top claim. However, in context of how the ancients understood the stars, suspend your disbelief while we lay out a rational foundation supporting why we ought to consider astrology as the primordial science. This episode is a dedication and a commitment to remember the wisdom of those who came before us. Before we delve into other modalities and how they tie into science and astrology, let's use the imagery of a tree to place everything in context. A tree, often seen as a motherly figure, provides a home for much life. In our visuals, we will place astrology at the trunk of the tree, as it mothers all the branches of science that stem from it. The first aspect we should acknowledge is that astrology is actually older than our modern sciences and goes back to the ancient Babylonians, Egyptians, and Greeks. Including Egypt adds significant weight to this claim, as it is often said that Egypt is the mother or the cradle of civilization. Astronomy. Furthering this idea, it should be understood that it's modern science that separates astronomy and astrology. This wasn't so in ancient times. Many early astronomers were actually astrologers as well. They were one science, concerned not just with the mathematics and positions of the planets, but also with understanding the ideas and concepts these celestial bodies represented. Language. Language is another example over time. It has changed, but observe our letter M, for example. If you trace it back to its roots, it originally represented waves of water. This character corresponds with the modern symbol of Aquarius. Our language was once more hieroglyphic, depicting concepts rather than abstract symbols. These concepts were both astronomical and astrological, as their correspondences matched the stars, constellations, and their astrological meanings. This topic is covered in greater detail in the book The Ancient Cosmic Language. Mathematics and Numerology. Let's not forget that in early language models such as early Hebrew, which borrowed elements from Egyptian hieroglyphs, letters and numbers were the same thing. For example, their A or Aleph was also the number 1, and their B or Bet was also the number 2, and so on. Each letter and number had corresponding meanings, creating an early form of numerology. Interestingly, many numerical planetary meanings from ancient times have similar meanings to numerology today. The language directly corresponds with the stars, and the way math was done had a direct link to the language. We should also consider the complex mathematics involved in understanding the laws of planetary motion. More advanced civilizations from the past used sophisticated mathematics in their calculations to build temples and other significant structures which aligned with the cosmos, such as the pyramids of Egypt. Medical astrology. In ancient and medieval times, astrology was integrated into medical practices. Physicians used astrological charts to diagnose and treat illnesses, influencing the development of early medicine. To fully grasp this concept, one should consider that the zodiac represents the body. Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, corresponds to the head, while Pisces, the last sign, represents the feet. Identifying which zodiac sign corresponds to specific body parts can help one to understand the themes connected to those areas. However, this subject is more nuanced. For example, to truly master medical astrology and understand the secrets of healing, one must also grasp the oppositions of the zodiac. Virgo and Pisces are opposites on the zodiac wheel. Virgo, symbolizing order, organization, and routine, represents the stomach area. Pisces, representing the feet, is associated with dreams, relaxation, and fantasies. An imbalance between these signs can manifest physically. For instance, indulging in unhealthy eating or excessive alcohol, Pisces traits, can lead to stomach issues, the Virgo area. Conversely, overemphasizing Virgo's characteristics, such as engaging in tasks all day and walking many miles without rest, can cause foot problems like blisters, the Pisces area, due to lack of relaxation. This interplay between signs offers a deeper insight into the nature of medical astrology. Calendars and farming. Astrology played a crucial role in the creation of calendars, which are essential for agriculture, religious ceremonies, and societal organizations. Farmers used astrological knowledge to determine the best time for planting and harvesting crops, which is crucial for survival. Some examples of this are Taurus, the constellation known as the bull or ox, which would align with the sun when it is time to get the oxen out to plow. Similarly, the sun would reach Virgo, the constellation of the Virgin who holds the sheaf of wheat, when it was time to harvest. Knowing the seasons was a matter of life and death. Psychology. Astrology is probably more known and used for its science of personality than anything else. This falls into the realm of psychology. Carl Jung, a renowned Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, believed that the symbols and archetypes found in astrology were reflective of the universal themes in the collective unconscious. He saw astrological signs and planets as symbolic representations of deep psychological patterns. Jesus himself was referenced by certain animals of the zodiac. He called 12 disciples to follow him, reflecting the 12 zodiac constellations. Interestingly, he did not call Thomas by his given name, but called him Didymus, which means twin, a likely reference to Gemini. It appears Jesus was addressing Thomas by his zodiac sign instead of his given name. Meteorology. Astrology in the hands of the advanced can be used to predict weather cycles. The Bible has an example of this. Pharaoh has a dream of 7 cows. The cow is Taurus, a symbol of the abundance of the earth. And 7 is Saturn, the reaper, which takes away. Joseph hears the dream and rightfully predicts famine and drought. Joseph likely was educated in this science. In contrast, in 2023 and early 2024, we had Jupiter, the omen of expansion, in Taurus, the constellation which symbolizes the things of the earth. This is the opposite theme of the ancient Egyptian pharaoh's dream, and in the regions we live in, there was almost an uncomfortable amount of rain. Economics. Have any of you been affected by the recent inflation or higher interest rates? Are you aware that these phenomena have been reflected in the skies above? For instance, the recent alignment of Jupiter in Taurus has been reminiscent of these economic trends. Taurus symbolizes possessions such as homes and food, and many of us have witnessed Jupiter inflating the cost of these necessities. Moreover, during this alignment, Jupiter was in opposition to Scorpio, which represents things that belong to others, including interest rates and loans. Consequently, interest rates spiked during Jupiter's alignment in opposition to Scorpio. While we may begin to experience some relief now that this alignment has passed, Jupiter's transition into the trickster sign Gemini suggests new challenges may arise. Demographics is statistics and data related to social groups and social constructs. This is also synonymous with the meaning of the planet Uranus and Aquarius, the zodiac constellation which rules it. Uranus's placement can show this same data of what is happening on Earth. Yet the placements of Neptune and Pluto also show these demographic shifts we pass through. Pluto, for example, has spent nearly the last 2 decades in Capricorn. Pluto is often associated with themes of death, change, and transformation, while Capricorn symbolizes concepts of fatherhood and masculinity. This alignment has brought attention to social attitudes towards men, how they are perceived, valued, and the limitations placed on their expression of strength. Consequently, discussions around challenging harmful aspects of traditional masculinity have emerged, often referred to as the fight against toxic masculinity. Then we should consider where Pluto, the omen of transformation, is now, in Aquarius. Aquarius represents social constructs. Consider the recent shifts in how many people now view sexual orientation, gender identity, or even how people at large engage with each other. These changes are reflected in the stars above, in correlation to social constructs. We could potentially explore multiple facets of this topic, astrology, the mother of all sciences, as there are still uncharted territories within the 12 houses of astrology, representing various aspects of life such as fitness, careers, physical body types, etc. Each of these areas correspond to specific sciences and disciplines. This is why we dedicate significant time to championing the ancient science, hoping to awaken more people to its profound knowledge. We believe that this knowledge is empowering. The goal of our channel is not merely to inform about the existence of these concepts, but also to demonstrate how they can be utilized to enhance both individuals and our society. We encourage you to share this message far and wide. Thank you.